Hello and welcome to episode 29 of Turkish Film's Daily Chess. Today we're going to be playing some blitz chess. Now I just played a game. It was a wild and crazy game, and it ended in a draw. And I'm not going to show it. We're going to play a different game. 1662. He's playing the Horowitz defense, and he brings his knight out. This is just the East Indian. I got confused for a second because it looked like a different move order, but it's the same. And I meant to go, instead of knight f3, I meant to go g3. So we're going to fianchetto. After he pushes in the center here, I'll play queen c2. My bishop's supposed to go to f4 sometimes, but basically my break is going to be e4. That's what I'm going to push for. Now I'm wondering, because he hasn't played d5 yet, if I can harass him a little bit. If he's really supposed to play d5. And he continues to not to put off playing d5. So I'm wondering if I can play e4 now. I mean, not literally now, because the knight's there. Queen c2, there's knight here, but that's never such a big deal. I always just play a3 to kick him away. I feel like there's something to take advantage of here, but I don't know what it is. I'll castle. If anything ends up here, I'm just going to play this anyway. I'm just going to play a3. And so here we're just going to play regular developing moves. Queen c2. If knight b4, knight here, but then knight e4 comes. So if here I have to play knight to b3 to hit with a3, but that doesn't work as well. So maybe we should just play a3 now. Right? Just shut everything down. Although normally I play b3, not a3. What to do about this square? What is the knight not doing? So he still hasn't pushed the center pawn. Very confusing. So I could just play knight to d2. I could play bishop f4. But then knight h5. I'm going to play a3. Two pieces want to go there, or two pieces are looking at that square. So now I can play queen c2 in peace. And also I can have an accelerated queen side with b4, and my bishop is actually assisting this queen side moving forward. There's no majorities yet, and the central pawn structure is actually still undefined. But queen c2, now I can actually play knight to c3 and e4. That's my plan, to control a lot of the center. And I'm figuring out where my break is. If it's e5, d5, I don't think it's c5. Yeah, we're both castled, so there's no huge immediate rush to break open the center. But if I can get a favorable break in, I will. I think that knight is going to struggle a little bit, and it's likely going to have to go to c7. Yeah, and it goes to c7 right away. So this is actually preparing a central break here. Queen c2 is my main move. I think it's got to be queen c2. I mean, bishop f4, maybe? Hitting the knight, but I don't see that as being worth very much. I was thinking if I could get my pawn to c5, if he pushes capture en passant. I just don't see it. I'm going to play queen c2. Yeah, he's playing really weird. Like, one guy played this against me before, especially with c6, that kind of signals it. But I don't know the position well enough to know why this is bad and what he should be doing instead. So I'm basically playing as if he didn't make a ton of mistakes, and I'm hoping basically that this plan works against what he's doing. Normally they've played this move like a long time ago. And so I'm wondering if they do that out of necessity, because it makes this bishop not a totally awful piece, or if it's kind of optional and that him not doing it isn't so harmful. So I'm trying to figure out what the differences are. With the pawn still on d7, okay, well, he just moved it. With the pawn still on d7, knight d2 or bishop f4? Computer always yells at me to play bishop f4. I'm going to go knight d2 right now. If he takes, I'll take back with the queen. right? B5 comes, but that hangs this pawn. Okay, yeah. So we're going for E4 right now. And that, I don't think that move's not supposed to be very good. I'll go ahead with my E4 advance. And this knight normally comes to D7 and then goes to F6 to attack my queen. But here it can't really do that. After takes, F5 just seems way too weakening, but I don't see a direct way to take advantage of it other than piling up on the E6 pawn. Okay, so he's attacking on the edge, on the flank. Pushing is terrible because it just gives this giant hole to him. Taking, if he takes with the knight, he has pressure against my center. I don't think there's a reason for me to take that. I'm taking away from the center, which is not a good idea generally speaking. But one thing to notice, that this pawn is the only thing stopping my bishop from looking at this rook besides my knights. So there might be some opportunity to take here, move this knight with tempo, which would actually hit the rook as well. But for now, I'm struggling to see a problem with just playing b3 and taking back this way. So I'm going to do that. And my bishop has a clear home now, which is nice. Yeah. So knight captures f6, bishop f6, which puts a little bit of pressure here. A knight maneuver immediately would seem to secure the bishop pair. If he moves the bishop away, I would take this pawn. So I can grab the bishop pair here and open up the center. So that looks really nice for me, actually. So should I take first, takes, and then take here? I think that would be an improvement. Because if I take and he takes here, I don't think I want my queen. Actually, I don't want my queen on e4 right now. Yeah, I don't want my queen on e4. Although there's a lot of pressure here with this guy. So we're going to take here. We're going to put our bishop on b2 first. And then go for the same plan, just to further reinforce the d4 pawn. Also, rook f to d1, lining up with the queen. Looks pretty solid to me. And this is what I was kind of afraid of. f5 is not a concern. Yeah, f5 doesn't bother me. This pawn, I think, is going to become too weak in the future. So it really just comes down to how do we exploit that weakness. So we have this pressure here. We're going to have some stuff here as well. So does my queen go back to e2 or does it go back to c2? I think e2 aligns more with my goals of pressuring the e6 pawn, which he's weakened for apparently no gain whatsoever. And he puts his bishop here on c5. I didn't think that was the best square to put it, honestly. So obviously I'm looking at attacking the bishop like this. The bishop must return. That does open up this square. So after a knight move that I'd want to play, like right now, I'm tempted to play knight g5, putting further pressure here and attacking this diagonal. But I think we're just going to play, we should develop our pieces, actually. Let's develop our pieces, right? Yep. Attack the queen. This bishop's undefended. That should be noted. And that, I believe, is a trapped bishop. Checks, captures, threats. He has no checks. I have one check. He can't take anything. Nope. Okay. The only thing I left out was threats. But this looks like a bishop that's just gone. It can't go anywhere. This bishop's doing a pretty good job. He can attack it. Oh, he can attack it. Oh, he just sacked. Okay. We have a sacrifice. Let's open up our rook. Very healthy for the rook to have the f-pawn removed. I think much better he had to play h6 there. My bishop has to leave the diagonal. If it goes back, it gets trapped. So I'd end up taking here. I think my bishop has served its purpose here. Although, this move looks quite interesting. Right here. It has a threat. I think this is just handily met by queen c2. Yep. So my idea was I want to take here. I'm up a piece, so trading is not the worst thing in the world. But I want to get that move in and get a super solid bishop here on d6. So I'll take this. And then I'll go here, attacking this guy, and then I'll attack the queen. And I'm a little bit worried about this lining up here, but I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal. Also, I could have taken... No, I couldn't have. I was under the impression I could have taken here and then taken this, but that's not how that works. So let's get our queen off the diagonal. I'd like to attack this again. So I'm thinking about a move like queen here to attack this pawn again. Here. And do I have checkmate? I feel like I should have checkmate there. I don't see it, but it's definitely the most in line with the goals of the position. And that's something that I've been trying to work on lately, is playing with in line with the goals of the position. So if here, I'm just going to go here. Is that the best? Is that the best? Okay. And I should bring my other rook in, I think. So that's pretty nasty. So it tries to stop some of that stuff, which makes sense. Bring our other rook in the game. I'm expecting king here to play this to kick my queen out, but I'll play this in time. Whoa! Sacked the exchange. Okay. He sacked the exchange. Gotta take the exchange, of course. I want to take the bishop. I probably should have taken the bishop first. No, he takes with the rook, so I have to take the rook. And this doesn't just lose piece for a pawn. Queen here check makes it more official. Queen here check's pretty, or queen here's pretty brutal, I think. D7 coming. D7's a really gnarly threat. I mean, is there? I don't think there's a mate, is there? Like that would be close, the closest thing I could see to a checkmate. But yeah, guys, that was a good game. D7's coming with a fork. He's gonna move the queen. I'll take this with check. Is that just a trade? No, because after the bishop's gone, after d7, if he takes it, I'll take. Actually, if I go here and he takes, I'll take with the knight, because the knight here is, I think, pretty devastating. Actually, it's just mate. To show you guys the line that I'm thinking of. Okay, some random move for him. D7, bishop takes d7. Your bishop can't go anywhere else. Knight takes d7, and the reason is because knight f6. Okay, I won by abandonment. To show you guys the line, can I do this here? We can do it over in the analysis section. Actually, I'll say this for the analysis section. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. This was, let me go back. It's the right tab. Here we go. This was Daily Chess, episode 29. I hope you enjoyed, and stay Turkish.